Alright, and we're back. So as you probably noticed, we have two new items from last time, or that is different from last time. We have the RPG skill add-on, which I absolutely love this thing, by the way, and the weapons add-on, which adds new weapons, new items, stuff like that. But anywho, how's everyone doing? Alright, I haven't seen, what am I saying? Uh, man, I'm so fucking off today. I'm normally like going off, saying my normal to-dos, and I haven't even done that once. So, hello there, guys, gals, and everyone in between. Welcome back. It's that time again. Pretty much just gonna make videos whenever I have time off at this point. That's pretty much what I'm gonna end up doing from now on. So there's gonna be a lot of weeks where we get like multiple episodes, and some weeks where we get, just a couple here and there. But yeah, either way. So, ooh, that's an Enderman. Hi there, buddy. The fuck are you now? Oh, he's behind me. Can I keep running? Anywho. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal right now, is like pretty much at least once. Uh, there's always going to be an episode a week. I feel like that is a fair estimate to give. Like moving forward. But yeah. I don't know, I guess. Pretty much whatever comes up. I know that finals for college are coming up, so my time on the games are gonna be a little, or not a little, but they're gonna be lessened by a little bit. And honestly, if this blows up, I'll just say fuck it and stop doing college. uh, uh, Girlfriend probably wouldn't like that too much. Okay, that's a lot of mobs. I'm gonna get the fuck out of there. But either way, yeah, welcome back. I keep saying the same fucking sentence over and over again. So, me being like completely dumb, I forgot that my girlfriend has my YouTube, like, is subscribed to my YouTube channel. So I'm sitting here, you know, letting the upload go, and all of a sudden I get I was messaging my girlfriend last night, asking how her day was, stuff like that, and all of a sudden, uh, she made a comment, or I asked her what she was doing, and she made a comment about watching my video. I'm like, oh shit, I completely forgot about it. So here I am trying to make up for, some lost time here. Uh, so in this episode, my goal is to, one, show off the two add-ons slash mods that I have in, and get the and kind of finish off the security of my base. The wall's already done. I just need to add the doors, pretty much, just to really add on to the fact that we can get in and out and stuff like that. And then the next thing would be to start a farm. If I was smart, I would have fucking made the base down that way more. But, I'm not normally known for my intelligence. So, let's see here. Got plenty of oak, so we'll do. I'll be honest, I kind of wish we could craft like one door at a time, sort of thing, but rules of Minecraft kind of suck sometimes. Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. First doorway done. And we're just gonna use this last door somewhere. Probably over this way. This is actually the like perfect spot for a door. It's like 120% perfect. And I can add a little staircase up to it. That's even better. So yeah, how's everyone's Thanksgiving yesterday, you know? Sorry about that. That was probably really unpleasant to hear, but the fucking I keep messing with my fucking Minecraft settings because sometimes this shit is annoying as hell to run with, and I'm still managing to find ways to fuck it up. So yeah, we're gonna finish off the. Okay, I was smart enough to move my fucking headset that time. Oh man, it's getting cold out. Fuck that. So here's kind of the thing with this mod: we get a lot of new items, like divine blocks and demon blocks. We now have a use for amethyst, which is gonna be fun. And netherite, or not netherite, fucking bedrock. There we go. I can speak. We have bedrock items, which I would imagine probably gives you like a negative movement speed. But if you're noticing, there's a couple new weapons here and there. So going from the list, we have the battle axe, which is just an axe just with like some damage upgrades. Clubs, I don't know what they actually do, but they just I haven't used them. I haven't used the mace, haven't used the Khopesh. Halberd is it gives a longer attack range, a little bit more damage than like the spear, for instance. But the issue with this is it lowers your movement speed. The Greatsword, negative movement speed, higher damage. Gladius, I'm pretty sure this has sweeping edge on it automatically. Daggers, I think do more damage. Okay, we're just gonna pull up the book. As cool as it would be to like know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so battle axe, handy weapon, and axe tool always does one more damage than swords. That's about it. Bow, there's now stronger bows like the diamond bow and the netherite bow. There are joke weapons like cactus swords and dirt swords. Clubs, okay, it knocks back. Cutlass. Oh shit, it's a fucking agility weapon. Alright. Daggers, okay, so it's a tool. And again the dirt sword. Just meant to really fuck with people. Gladius. Yeah, multiple targets, sweeping strike, and it's a little bit stronger. I already know these two. The Khopesh. Huh. That's actually kind of unique. The mace. Stuns mobs. Okay. And does increased damage to nether mobs. Interesting. So there's actually reasons to use these items, and the spear. It's not as great of a weapon, but it's good at holding enemies back. Now, the version 2 swords are like straight up Terraria weapons, which you guys have probably seen my gameplay of those, or of Terraria, which I might go back to because the new update that came out like a year or two ago at this point. Um, yeah, so like basically the version 2 swords just give you a projectile ability. Now there are new armor and stuff like that, and new items and new materials, but all those don't fully matter, just to the extent of this is a little different. If you guys notice, I'm actually in a better mood than I was yesterday, and I have a feeling that has something to do with the fact I wasn't around family all day. But I am in a hell of a lot better mood, and I'm actually, not tired. I had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee today already, and I am recording this at like 1. Yeah, 105. So, all things considered, it's an interesting time right now. So, um, the other thing that we're working towards right now is I want to get Explorer up just because one, there's Homecoming, and Homecoming requires level 30. Homecoming allows for like it's basically you can just teleport back to spawn or your spawn point, which is kind of efficient. If sadly these mods don't work on hardcore, otherwise I'd be doing this on hardcore. Jesus Christ, it's fucking it's nighttime. It's nighttime. It's basically nighttime. Let me go to sleep. But yeah, anywho, there's not much to talk about today. Just everything considered. But I'm kind of glad to see that at least a couple of you guys decided to watch the video from yesterday. It was kind of nice to see that there's still people who like to watch my stuff. I'm not as big as I was when I was doing streaming, because streaming everyone just kind of stopped by when they wanted to, sort of thing. But in the end, it's not the end of the world. I'm not upset or anything like that about the situation, and I need to craft a axe. Not, yeah, I'll just use the extra one for some torches. But yeah, man, I'm gonna sneeze again. I'm gonna hate this. All right, thought I was going to. Anyhow, because it's being stupid right now and not wanting to fucking sneeze. So sort of kind of displaying this, axe, pickaxe, pretty standard Minecraft stuff. This is the greatsword. It has a slightly longer attack range, which is kind of nice. And it is just a regular sword with some added pixels. But yeah, in most worlds that I run, with these, like with my friends, for instance, I'll run like a battle axe just because the battle axe is just really fucking fun to use. But sometimes, I do mean sometimes, it's not really worth it. So I think the goal for like the running this series is I'm gonna basically play for 5 days each episode and go from there. I'm not really looking into keeping the world going for a super long time, but if things change and everyone seems to like the episodes, or it's just if I get too bored to play this, then I'll do something else. There's not a lot to Minecraft nowadays. In saying that, I do know that like everyone is kind of making the progression for this game has gone way weird. Back when I was a kid, this game was all about fucking like getting yourself to a point where uh, you didn't fear the night, and that's kind of why like parody songs like uh, don't go or don't mind at night, fucking Captain Sparkles parodies, like all those songs and parodies from the early 2010s were like huge for myself and personally, which is because it really hit the feeling that you got with Minecraft, and that was just like trying your best to survive with the resources you had. None of this shit where you're uh, trying to kill deities and shit like that. You're just trying to survive. Um, and like as the Minecraft lore, I guess you could say, is uh like been building upon itself. It's very different from when I was a kid. I feel like a lot of people feel that way about the game. Uh, it's even to the point that like growing up with Minecraft has kind of been a whole new experience for like myself. I feel like I'm very creative and like I build in games like game modes and stuff like that thanks to creators like Stampy and Build Stories because of the same creators. I know I've searched a couple of these houses. I don't think I searched them all though. But like those kinds of creators growing up were the ones that like really helped me get into the swing of things. What the fuck did I just pick up? I just picked up a daisy and it gave me a pattern. Okay, that was weird. But yeah, it's just stuff like this is the entire reason why I am the way I am and why I do the things I do. Me and my buddies were talking last night after the video got uploaded, and I was talking to them about, uh, doing this content again, and they were for the most part pretty supportive about it because uh, they all kind of get it. We're all at different stages in our life right now, to the point that you know some of us are just getting around. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Some of us are just getting around to like starting our lives as like the people starting our lives as adults, and some of us are starting our lives as parents and shit like that. And it's really weird to talk about uh, without any context, obviously. But with the context, it's really weird looking back at things because not even literally a month ago, all of us were online playing games together and stuff like that. That's part of the reason as well why I didn't feel the need to, make content because I grew up playing games by myself. So I still kind of had that mentality of wanting to become a solo content creator and just kind of living the content uh, the content life, right? And it's become weird, even to the extent as like big creators, you know, sharing their own personal feelings on stuff, and talking about creators like that. You have like two completely different sides of the spectrum when it comes to these content creators. Like you have Markiplier, who's talking to everyone about like his projects and what he's really trying to get out of the content he produces and everything like that, right? And then you have the problem with uh and then you have the problems with like creators who only focus on the games they play, and it's not really even a problem at that point. It's kind of refreshing to see that creators still care about the games that they focus their content on. uh don't get me wrong, I'm not like huge on this creator, but like Ninja, for instance, he actually gives valid points to Fortnite, and he's been playing Fortnite for a very long time, to the point that like I knew of him in like eighth grade. I knew of him, I should say, not knew him. I knew of him in eighth grade when Fortnite like really fucking blew up. Like everyone was really trying to get, uh, really trying to get the game, and like really trying to get, the W. And I sound like a fucking dad. Um, but it's stuff like this that like really motivates myself to be a content creator that can be with my audience, like be able to have interactions with my audience at the same time. And I mean more just the idea that a lot of the people who subscribe to my channel are friends or family members who have like who wanted to support me back when I was doing streaming, like semi full time, like, and it's to the point that I've never wanted to make videos or uh, I've never wanted to make videos or fucking streams to make money, especially back then. But now it's kind of to the point that I'm doing it more for my own sanity, because I don't think I could do half the shit I do right now and be sane moving forward. Just straight up, it feels wrong to continue to. It very much feels wrong to continue like making this like these styles of content uh with monetization involved. And especially since because I don't agree with a lot of the monetization practices that are followed by, fellow creators and stuff like that. And I can't even call myself a fellow creator right like fully to the extent of I make videos once in a blue moon and half of them are me just discussing whatever the fuck I want. Like for instance, 1HR was like it basically ran down into like a political podcast. And that's not what I wanted it to be. Hence the reason we haven't had episodes since like season 2. I don't even remember how many episodes there was of 1HR, and I don't even think we got to season 2 if I remember correctly. I think we got to the end of season 1, and then I'm like, yeah, no, this was fun, but I'm not doing this again. Uh, it came down to a lot of the people who were involved in 1HR didn't want to talk during it anymore, and like getting everyone involved for the topic was really fucking difficult, and it felt a little too structured to be like a freeform podcast, and that's what I originally was wanting to be, was a freeform podcast to like really speak to pretty much just myself. Um, it was pretty much just a log of like everything that I wanted to talk about at the time. And if you were to go back and rewatch some of those episodes, I don't think I'd feel the same way about them. Uh, a lot of the things I said back then were completely different from how I understand them now, and I was very much an idiot back then when it came to a lot of the topics that I was discussing. And I do feel bad because there was a lot of people who probably watched those videos and got hurt by them, and it might just be because like my maturity is a hell of a lot different than I was when I was in like early high school. It's completely different now, and it's really telling when you look at some of the jokes that were made, some of the people I hung out with, the people that I used to hang out with during those 1HR episodes. We don't really all hang out anymore. Um, Whether that was because like school was completely different back then, and I felt like I could stand on my own 2 feet without those people around. And not that they really did anything wrong per se, it just felt wrong to continue making videos with them, and time wise, it just didn't work. There was plenty of times where like I would want to make videos and no one would hop on, so I would try doing 1HR by myself, which I think happened like twice. And 1HR by yourself just sounds like a fucking political rant, and I didn't want it to be that. I wanted basically to get multiple sides of the perspective and try and have a civil conversation about some of these things that were, especially at the time, were like huge. Like, uh, and it's sad to see how things have changed since then. Like, I went from being known in my friend groups for being like the heavy hitting content creator sort of thing, and not even to the extent of the heavy hitting content creator, just someone who really liked making content, to being sort of like even fourth place in that. Like one of the guys I used to do 1HR with streams on Twitch or streamed on Twitch. I don't know if he still does or not. That's how long it's been. I think I played Roblox with him once on stream, and that was about it. But stuff like that. Like it's a completely different landscape now between when I was really trying to make content back then to now, and it's to the point that uh, even my friends who I who I actually like really want to make content with are I that was frustrating. Who I really wanted to make content with back then. Uh, I just don't anymore. And was it I don't know what he's referred to on Twitch or anything like that, but like uh something along the lines of Sonic or Hedgehogs or something like that. Like he always has something related to that in his content, whether it's his name or stuff like that. He always has something related to Sonic, and that's just because he that was his childhood game, which is fair. And because that was his childhood game, he always has something related to it, and that does remind me, if things do go well moving forward, sort of thing, um, I will probably make a video on the new Dauntless update that is coming out. I feel a little bad because I feel like I kind of I screwed up some of the conversations I was having last night because yesterday Dauntless said, "Hey, by the way, we're removing shit from the game." Um, so yeah, have fun with that. And that's gonna totally fuck up a lot of my builds for the game, and I feel bad because I stopped talking to people at that time, not because I was trying to not or to stop talking to them. It was because I was fucking nervous as shit, and shit I had been working on from like literal years ago is no longer viable, and that hurt not just myself, but like even that hedgehog guy that I was just talking about. His builds were like crafted for those for what was available at the time, and those are no longer available. So going off of that, it's now to the point that I feel uh, like Dauntless is going to. It's not going to be a game I play on here very often. It's going to. I'm probably going to play like the original, like the tutorial area, with all my enhanced gear and go from there. Sort of thing is probably what it's going to be. But even to that extent, it could be interesting. I guess I'm nowhere near as good as I once was in Dauntless, and I really gotta. This is the only reason I liked the live chat system that that streaming really brought. Because I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about before. I don't have like a list of items I talk about. Not anymore. Though on the brighter side, right, we got a new skill. We got Swift Step, and if I remember this one, yeah, this one can be a little annoying. What level ability? Anywho, so Swift Step basically allows you to, sort of like do a dodge. Not even a dodge, I guess it's more like a, it's basically a double jump, like, you really just go, whoop, 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 whoop. It just allows you to travel faster, which is good to that extent. And I said I was going to sort of finish up the house today, or the camp today. And what I really need to do is I really need to get a. We're gonna have to go mining. And the only problem with that is going to be trying to get the shit. I'm gonna have to go and get torches set up, stuff like that, because I need one piece of iron, right? Yeah. I need one more piece of iron, and oh, fuck, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Um, man, I keep losing track of what I was gonna talk about and say, and it's really just because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Shit. Man, I'm kind of tired today. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm actually like fairly happy with the way content has been going. Uh, like just on this channel right now. This is only the second episode, and I already feel quite confident in not just the abilities that are going on here. Like I feel like if we were to continue, or if I was to continue doing this, just straight up talking, I could one make probably quite a bit of uh like progress, I guess is a way of saying it. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out my ass right now just because that sounds fun. So we have 3 more Minecraft days to get the farm started. And I'm probably gonna set it up kind of in this corner right here. Yeah. Basically, I want this campground to be like efficient to the point that uh yeah, words. I want these to be to the point that I could live in this area with no issues. Fuck, that scared the shit out of me. God damn it. Oh shit, dude. Fuck that noise. God damn it, dude. Oh man, I'm kind of losing it right now. I'm just kind of lost in my own mind, trying to think of things to talk about. Was it last time we discussed a story that I worked on for a little while, didn't really go anywhere. And I was actually talking to one of the guys I tend to discuss my story concepts with, and me and him were discussing the story again. He's like, "So, like, if you were to continue it, what would you really change about it?" And I'm like, "I don't know if I'd change really anything outside of the fact that, for the original concept, we had characters like I had friends voicing these characters. So the problem ended up being that like I wanted sort of like a semi-romantic plot with two of the characters, but like I was voicing, I was straight up voicing a character that was involved in this plot line, and I did not want to be in a situation like that with this person unless they were comfortable, and they were not so comfortable with that. So, uh, because they were not comfortable with it, I kind of had to tone down what I originally had planned for that character or for the two characters to the point that like it pretty much was just, oh, that's fucking weird, man. How big is this arrow? Holy shit. Bro, that's a big ass arrow. I swear this is not my first time using this pack. Like this is not my first time using this shit. What the hell? But anywho, um like I was saying before, it was kind of it made it difficult because I didn't want to be, overbearing with the whole thing because I wanted the characters to have a semi-romantic plotline where they're shit, I'm tired. Where it felt more natural. And what ended up happening was when I was writing when I was rewriting. There we go. I can speak. Um, the lines for it. I pretty much just decided that I was gonna write them like they were like semi flirtatious with each other, like not enough to be, you know, eyebrow raising at what's going on behind the scenes sort of thing, but just enough to be like the if these two characters were to hook up or anything like that, it wouldn't be too surprising and sort of make that like, your own personal headcanon if you wanted that situation to happen. Um and I don't even remember like half the character's name except for the main guy. That's because I Adam was my character. Like I joke, like he's my character, but like I made him as close to myself as possible without it being kind of fucking weird. So because of that, I'm over here trying to like write a character to be basically me, and it was weird. I like I said before when writing it, it was kind of difficult because I didn't want for there to be any problems or tension with like myself and the crew. And the thing that really killed it was because I wanted fight scenes that felt strong and impactful, and I couldn't really get that with some of the or with the like with what we had right now. I want like we needed to animate the fight scenes to a certain extent because the fight scenes that I was wanting to happen were like very like red versus blue esque. Like I wanted sort of a gag that played with like one of the warlords, for instance, because we were using Destiny as kind of like a suitor uh, situation there, where Destiny was kind of the uh, fucking words where Destiny became part of the lore itself. Like I wanted this to take place like in between, Destiny and the uh like between the games and the show. I wanted them to be different enough that it wouldn't cause problems. But fucking damn it. Oh. But to that same extent, I also wanted the characters to feel realistic enough that I could put them together where they felt strong enough to like really work well. So like the warlords, for instance, there was always like there was always two warlords in the show at any given time that are like I really liked, and both of them were played by like friends of mine. One where I did one of my raiding buddies played the warlord because he used to be a Titan, uh, and because he played Titan, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is easy fucking work here. You just have to be fucking thick skulled, just no one, uh, no one tells you what to do, sort of thing. And that's kind of what I was running off of, for that character, and it worked enough that I could feasibly get away uh, with that kind of character. But, you know, as all things go, it seems like half the time doesn't quite work, and then there's problems, and I accidentally cooked all my fucking baked potatoes. But yeah, and I really need to add like something. I might just put that in the ground. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the ground. That shit's annoying the fuck out of me. Just yes, I do. Thank God. Got some andesite. Move some of these blocks around. Fucking damn it. Yeah, and then we'll put the slabs in the corners there. Um, yeah, so that was kind of the like original idea for those kind of characters and whatnot. To like really go home with the idea that the characters really didn't like each other, like the foil characters. Like to the extent that like the first episode, the warlords were literally fighting each other, and our main character Adam was supposed to go out and take care of it, sort of thing, and he would end up getting in trouble with the group that he was like working for, and because he got in trouble with them, and that's I need charcoal. Duh. There's a charcoal coal that I need. Um. Yeah. So because he was so busy trying to keep everyone in line, he ended up like causing more problems than anything else, and it was just really goofy. After a while, like it wasn't really what I wanted uh, for all the characters involved, and in the end, the only thing that really stopped the characters from working well enough together that I was like, yes, this is perfect, this is fine, um, was the whole part about certain characters not working, like because of casting issues. So like part of the casting issues came down to, like I said before, like I couldn't write the romance plot I wanted for the two characters, for like the male and female lead. So I'm like, okay, fine, that's fair. I'll just go ahead and make these two characters, and that didn't really work either because the two guys who were playing the warlords were like completely straight, and it wouldn't have been that big of a problem except for I can't write a gay character. Whether I've tried, it doesn't work for me. I can't get that same level of like attachment to the characters while writing them like I do with other characters. And that might come out bad, and that's fair and fine. And I don't like if it doesn't come out the way I wanted it to come out. That's fine. But so the warlords, for instance, were going to be foils of each other, and I really like making like the traditional foil cast, where like the main character and the female, or like the male lead and the female lead, have sort of like a unwritten rivalry with each other, and then the two supporting characters are always like just in the background being fucking goofballs. Like even with one of the fantasy stories I was writing, I really really want to finish it. And honestly, what this channel might end up being is I write a story and I read out the chapter. Like that might literally be what this channel becomes, and that's fine with me. Like in between, doing this, I'd be okay with that. Just because this is sort of like a way for me to get to do something other than sit on my ass all day and watch videos. Like at least I'm doing something with my time in this space, uh, not that I really need either way, but like it's kind of nice to do something other than talk to the same like 6 people. Also, something weird is, yeah, if your cooldown is high enough, you can literally like if you hit the edge of the block. There we go. Yeah, if you hit the edge of the block just right, you can like double jump. But yeah, I actually talked a little bit about it yesterday, like I said before, with a couple of my friends, and what ended up happening in the middle of the conversation is, someone made the comment that, if I'm going to take the time to write out all these characters the way I want them to, I might as well just go ahead and God, what did he say? Well, that I might as well, write the characters based on, friends and family and stuff like that. And he's got a point there. If I write it based off friends and family, I'll have a better time with it, especially. And so that's pretty much what happened. Like, Adam was based off myself. The female lead was based off of one of my friends, uh, who was kind of obnoxiously flirtatious, if that makes sense. And this could sound really weird, especially talking about it, 4 years later, but she had a thing about always making sure every person in the group liked her in any way possible. I guess is a good way of putting it. And was it so that's part of the reason I was like, oh yeah, no, this would be fine. I can write a romance plot with this person playing with the character I wrote for this person, and it didn't quite go the way I wanted, and that's fine. I wasn't like, oh man, I love the fact that I got to write this character just a little bit different. So I pretty much I made it a caricature of the female lead was a caricature of this person. Then I pretty much just wrote the character exactly how the person playing her was in real life. So it just pretty much ended up being uh, how everyone was. Except for the warlords, pretty much still stayed like their caricatured self, or everyone but that female character were caricatures of themselves. Because even Adam had more to do with like the was kind of a caricature of myself, and that's more because there's a long running joke in my friend group that uh, I like robots and I like cowboys. Everything else uh, can go fuck itself. Like so I, it's like two completely different like topics there, right? So if you go into that idea, Adam is a cowboy who, uh, for a plot point that would have happened in like season 3 or 4 or whatever, he becomes a robot. Like like a robot with fucking dementia. Like that's how the character was going to be written, and that's because I wanted to continue the story after season 3, and season 3 was supposed to be like the final season for the character. And if everyone was on board, we were going to continue dealing with like Adam's kid, because I wanted the story to be like Adam had a family, uh, and his family got taken away because Adam got in debt. So the entire rest of the story is him trying to get his family back. And then when he does go to get his family back, like he finds out, his wife is dead, and so everyone's just kind of like, okay, that makes sense. But then like I didn't have an explanation for the kid. I didn't know if I wanted the kid to die or for the kid to go missing still, or for you know, or for the kid to be alive, and like because either way, what was going to happen was that Adam was going to raise a kid, whether it was his own biologically or not, whether it was someone like still stuck in the government building, like the laboratory area, because that's kind of what happens with, you know, people who are captured by that sort of government in the story. So it was more like everyone got tested on, so that's how the EXO project became a thing, because still trying to incorporate some of the Destiny lore at the time. Where like exos were a thing. So I was like, okay, how do we make exos like a permanent thing? Well, we can make it so that they're constantly experimenting with the robotics of the exo program from like the human era or the golden era of Destiny, and be like, okay, that'd be fine. That'd be even better. So I went in and I tried writing out, what his interactions would be with this kid, and like I couldn't make up my mind about if the kid was actually his biologically or not. And I even made the comment that maybe because everyone's headcanon was a little different on Adam's relationship status and shit like that, whether or not Adam was going to have a kid with the female lead character. And not that I would totally be opposed to that idea, just because I feel like if I wrote the character strong enough to do that, it would be fine. But because I didn't really have a committed answer to that, I wasn't fully certain if I was going to have it. So like Adam and I think I named the female character Val. Like Adam and Val, like actually, said fuck it, literally, and had a kid. But like Val's no longer around because Val's still a mercenary. Because that was kind of the thing. It was like Val got hired by the government group to go track down Adam, and like they had history before because Adam had to repay his debt somehow. So he was originally a bounty hunter, and then he became a fucking peacekeeper for the government because he was okay at being a mercenary, but he wasn't really good at like anything in particular. So Adam was just pretty much started being like the regional peacekeeper. It's just everyone is good and can be good, so we're going to make them good. And like, and Val felt betrayed because she thought that Adam was going to kind of like stick around, be like the perfect mercenary group. They were gonna track down bounties together because Val was like a stealth expert, and Adam was just really fucking lucky. Like, not trying to pull a page out of Halo, but like Adam was just really lucky. Like he would miss a shot and it would like ricochet off the wall and hit someone in the back of the head. Like it's that kind of luck. Where like it's pretty much like a Deus Ex Machina sort of bit. And that's what the idea was like everyone was gonna get to that point uh where Adam was, where like he wasn't trying to hurt anyone in particular. He was trying to be a good guy and be there for everyone, but still was managing to get people hurt and killed. Um, and it's kind of to the point right now, for instance, where like I don't if that is going to be the way I write the story, that's perfectly fine. However, the issue would then become that I want the characters to be kind of in the same characteristics, and I don't want the characters to become problem characters for each other, because Adam is the way Adam is because I wanted him to be kind of in that goofy state of mind of I'm just too damn lucky to die sort of thing. Uh, but yeah, it's just kind of working the way it is, you know. But anywho, I'm realizing that I've been talking for like 55 fucking minutes, and my voice is going hoarse already. So I think because now that it's day 10, it's time that I say goodbye. So I'll see you guys later. And I'm should have a new episode for you guys out probably next week. Uh, Depending on how things go. I'm wanting to continue this stuff, but I don't want to spend my whole fucking free time, making videos like this. So, like I said before, I'll see you guys later. And I think today we made some pretty good progress. The base is efficiently lit up. I think the amount of torches. I think that's like 32 torches on the inside. We revamped the sort of like the cooking campfire station. We got a farm started, a pretty shitty farm, but it's a farm nonetheless. We've got a good tree farm that I'm not going to cut down like half those trees because they're like super trees. And we experimented with the new mods. So yeah, thank you guys for all for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.